Here I am on the other side of the Mediterranean Sea from my country, and I'm happy to be here, to know another reality, to know another people, to meet new circumstances. I don't know. A lot of ideas about how we are working, and especially I am motivated because I'm a little bit confused yet about Erasmus Plus. But it's okay for the moment. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm happy to know new people. Too many different people. It is really interesting.
I'm Pedro, I'm from Spain also. My name is Brian, I'm from Malta, a very small island. We must thank you for being so nice to us. We already feel home. This makes us a bit more comfortable for us.
And then we have a map. The center, of course, is YiA Napa in Cyprus. So we want you to place your names according to the center. Think where you are, where you came from, which distance you are from YiA Napa, which direction, of course. And maybe I would just say that it was something like that. This is normal.
Be the next to get an applause. Okay. Dora, Susanna, Olga,
and this means, I'm not sure if this is a derivation, but it's, if you break it down, it means he who shines with joy. And I'm not somebody who shines with joy. Despite what I might show off, I'm not somebody who shines with joy. So that's my story.
Maybe following that. The question is, which life lessons would you like to tell your grandchildren about? The picture shows computers. One of the things that I would actually practically try to make sure is my grandchildren will not get stuck with computers. They will use computers but not be manic about it, because they can do a lot of harm. And explain that don't forget people because of the computers, and it's not real communication. It is communication, but don't forget to actually meet people and get to know them and see what they're actually, listen to what they're actually saying and see what their needs are and what you can actually do to help people, to understand people, and allow them to meet you as a person as well.
I think cactus, although outside has spikes and is a bit dangerous by that, but on the inside it has many nutrients and precious water, especially in the desert. So it can be a good and bad thing, especially depends on how you use it. And as for the question, I was thinking a lot about it because I don't know if I can label something as this irritates me, but I think we all have our limits, and I am a bit irritated when people say, tell me that I will do something, or I will do this, or I will tell you something, or I will give you this, but then they don't. For example, I still remember a promise of my uncle when I was 6 years old, that I will give you a Porsche as a gift. And I still remember it because, and I remember it because he didn't give it to me.
We made some kind of individual session to know more about each other, so we took some friends or partners and we were talking about our profile or experience, so who we are in life, and they say the same, so it was something about create the sense of group, which I love it.
Yeah.
Many acquaintances.
Yeah, that's it. And some friends. Yeah, I don't say, I can say if it's 10, if it's 12, but some. Not only one or two, but some.
I mean, I try to find myself in the group, you know. As I told you, they are not of my age, and I try to fit in with their mentality, try to be young as possible, and try to participate as much as possible, and be committed to do every activity.
Yes, so it was at least the studio I was doing it, they were quite forcing it, different positions. So, and if you don't have good muscle structure, then your back stretch. Yeah.
Is that a training course based on experiential learning, on formal education, etc.? It's never linear. It's never something that starts from step A to step B in a very straight, smooth. Rarely this happens. It's always, this is what the process means, in the end.
The dynamics of the group was established today, day 2, with a team building activity, which was very, let's say, active by cooperation and communication. We saw that the dynamics is spread equally throughout the group, and everyone was trying to listen to each other. And many ideas came out, and all the problems were solved instantly and efficiently. The project is promising, so we'll see how the rest of the days will go.
So in the morning we were making some group games here back in near the seaside, and it was so amazing because we were having physical contact with the people and we know each other more, so we create like a sense of group, and I really enjoy it. And you know more about some people that you don't have this kind of contact from before. You look like a Spider-Man, girl.
Yeah, it's very encouraging. Yeah, very encouraging.
Thinking of this as you started talking about physical stretching or channeling yourself in a physical way, or already you started talking not only about the physical stress but also the emotional and the group feeling. At the beginning, you had one picture. What kind of picture do you have now?
Now I have a picture of first dog.
Well, yesterday we got to have a
Yeah, but sometimes.
No, I still what she said. Because, for example, Brian, he didn't want to take part. He was like, okay, you press, and Elizabeth also.
No, I wanted to take part, but I thought that being lost would help you. I thought that I would,
So I said, okay, I will go after
I was
you.
trying to help the group by being lost, but then Mario said, no, it's better that I stay last because I have to be strong. And I said, I'm not very strong, so I better go on. So, that was my idea, to help the rest.
All the people, they are positive, and they are willing to work with the other one, but we don't know who we are exactly, so you can feel the difference between the first day, because the first day everything is like calm and you don't have this kind of connection with the people, so step by step Now it's by playing games. We can say we are knowing each other, but also we're using the tools to know more about the program. How is Erasmus Plus? Because we are here to understand how was the former program and the new one. So the trainers are good because step by step they introduce us, and we don't realize how they do, but they do. They are introducing us to this kind of new knowledge that we are here to learn.
Is to discuss in your group what a change means to me personally.
If we need, like 7...
So if we do the moons and then the change, we'll do it outside. We're not going to do it in...
And maybe
They are on the ground. Did you look at the other books?
Love or energy, let's say. You could, yeah, for example. Okay, to stick these here. To this here and write like change and put here like and then you're taking the process of change here with this characteristics that were explained, and you climb the ladder. Imaginative, yes, it could be time, it could be understood differently, and this nice worker here, yes, tells you different stories of change and different forms that the change could take place. So you could see this whole thing from here.
It's a process.
Yes.
Yes, one concept that moved us on was that there shouldn't be any fear of change, because change is, we are part of change, and so we are not outside change. Change is not something new. Change is always around us and in us and with us, and we are part of change. So change is, we are change. So there's no need to be afraid and think that we're going to do something special. No, we're just flowing along with the rhythm of change.
Change
and challenge.
Sorry, but the letters are not visible here, so I'm not with anything.
Okay, but you can explain what you wanted to achieve. Yeah, we discussed the topic.
Change is always a challenge.
We discussed the topic of change, and we said that, yeah, like everybody explained already, change is always, and we decided to make a poster that also changes, and there are 5 rows, like 5 steps.
Okay, the experiences with non-formal methodologies in general, it's quite big. So depending on tomorrow's day, which is specifically about Erasmus Plus and Youth in Action, how this transition is being, my feelings are promising.
Make plus, 1, 2, equals, and then 3 of us.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Plus 2 equals 3. I'm mathematician.
It's about mathematics. That is a precise science, and it has the same language in all the places around the world. So it's like the most formal form of education that you can find.
Okay.
It's always the same. You can't change it even if you want to.
So why this program? Okay, so we have all the hands together. Why don't we put both hands? Put both hands all together. And then when they say change, we just go up.
Like I was interested in this project, in this training, because I was an EVS volunteer before, and I have organized Youth Exchange once. So I wanted to gain more knowledge about the Erasmus Plus, and also like making contacts, new contacts. Right now, I'm really happy to be in Cyprus and to meet these people. The first workshop that was really nice, and I was interested in that, was making like a promotion about challenge and changes. So it really made me like think about that, how I changed and how my life changed before. So it was some kind of personal thing in it, and also like in general how the changes are, or how a changing process is going on.
I've seen that in real life situations, especially in a time of economic crisis when there is very high unemployment, all three factors of education fit into it. Some companies are still old-minded and say you need a degree, but more modern companies look at non-formal and informal education, what you've done. And what I would like to say about these two, the informal and non-formal, I would say that formal is we did, we studied, we did, and non-formal and informal is I. It's a reflection of what you did. And to reflect on what Elena said, if you look at yesterday's crocodile activity, if you look at how it started, some people thought, excuse my French, fuck this, I'm not going to do it. And we actually heard people saying this. But the people who started, they started creating this path, not knowing if it would actually finish. And other people saw, okay, it's happening, so we are getting involved. So this is where I see non-formal and informal, where it's the I. What am I contributing to my learning outcome? So it's not just what are they teaching me, but what I am also giving to gain that knowledge.
Yeah. But this something was remembered. All my volunteers have passed.
I think for me it's not really. It's not really clear because before it was more clear. You have like these programs, like you want to make ideas, this and this, and now like they put like everything more together. And I think I have to read the new guide of the 2015 guide, how it's going to be. But more or less, when Stella came and we were talking about, and everybody was asking questions and this, and yeah, I think was great to have this chance.
Usually we were talking about change and transition. Is in the changes we go, usually keeping in mind what you have from previous programs. Like if you know how a Grundtvig partnership worked, like it worked for you, you applied for it, you worked with it, it was really nice, you had your lump sum, you did your exchanges, and if you try to fix that idea under Key Action 2 right now, it will not work in a way. Because those projects were built in a specific way of thinking, for a different need, and now under Erasmus Plus they have a different, maybe you do exactly the same thing in practice eventually, but to write it down, to explain why you want to do this, it's a different thing. So you keep in mind what you have from the previous projects, of course, what you've learned, but you have to find a way to adapt and understand what it is asked for. So don't try and say, okay, Grundtvig now is now happening under Key Action 2. It doesn't, or Leonardo is happening, it might not. Part of it might. So don't try and fix what was going on under the new Key Action 1, Key Action 2, and Key Action 3.
A tip is to also keep in mind the priorities set by the Commission under each field. So for the youth field, because I'm coming from that NA, you have participation in democratic life, social inclusion, health and well-being, and it's all written in the program guide. European citizenship, ICT skills. So your project should incorporate either some, one or more priorities under that field, okay? Because then you ensure that your project could receive funding from the NA dealing with the youth matters.
Ναι, να πάει σε αλλού, αλλά εκεί είναι το furthest point, να δηλώσεις ότι η αναχώρησή σου να μου το
How to become an Erasmus Plus trainer if not selected for TOT program, for example. And then there is another one about job shadowing, but there are two questions. So, how to become an Erasmus Plus trainer if not selected for the TOT, which is considered like the training of Salto is the most recognized training, because we were talking a bit our experience there. How to become
We add 2 panelists to our committee.
Corruption.
There are very different ways to do it. I mean, you can also start from your organization and start building projects on certain topics where you feel confident enough that you can contribute. I'm sure there are also a lot of national trainings where you can learn the methodology. If the certificate and participation in thought is a nice thing, but it's not a thing that will kind of give you the title, how to say it. It's part of the experience as well. So I strongly suggest you that you look for the opportunities where you can actually start practicing being a trainer and improving your competencies and skills if you feel that something is lacking, either based on methodology or on the certain topic, on a certain content. And there are different ways, and I think this is the beauty of the program, because it's not like on a form which is a tendency, I think, to look back into this backpack, like, okay, I have to go into the university to get a certificate to be acknowledged as a certain profession here.
Well, I'm very pleased because I got to learn a lot about the new rules and regulations, and even there was Stella, she came to talk to us. I was very pleased with her expertise. And then there's Mario. He's a walking handbook. He knows everything about this. He has already memorized everything, so he's a source of information.
Start. Okay. And now I work in the association at Nuclear. My association is in the small city in Elbląg near the Gdańsk. It's north of the Poland. Okay, the next. My association has 4 departments. The first department is about the youth, the second culture, the next support, and the next promotion. Yeah, the first, my works, I work in the youth department.
We do all the things that have to do with youth, Erasmus and other projects as well. We do UNDP projects and things like that as well. And that's it. And I am the president of Cyprus. Of the organization of Cyprus.
I'm president of Cyprus. Welcome.
Hello.
Actually, we are looking for partners for research abroad. Now I'm building my own NGO about environmental things because I found out that I prefer the activist part instead of the research part. And I think that during the next few months, 1-2 months, it's going to be ready. I'm here because I never tried to write my own training course, so I want to learn something more about Erasmus+, how to start Erasmus+.
And now it's already the 5th day, and now we are already in teams and planning projects, so it also shows how the group changed and how we started to work together.
The most important aspect of this project is that we had some time together to put up ideas and start future collaborations that will bring a plus to everybody's country and community. And also because of the back part of the project, we now know more about the history of Youth in Action and what was wrong in Youth in Action, what was good, and hopefully that we can, let's say, take the good out of Youth in Action and improve it even more in the new Erasmus project. So this is my point for going forward. Thank you.
Hi. We reached the last day of the project. It was a successful project, I believe. We managed to do some new cooperations, find new partners, and hopefully from here we'll start some new project with some new countries and go forward from there.
Back and forward is